Hey, back again. All right. So, after listening to Owning Your Authority Part 2, I want to talk a little bit more. So, on the assignment for the title, um, there's a signature line for the seller, and there's a signature line for the purchaser. Purchaser, I scratched signature. I just took a pen, scratched that out, and I wrote autograph. And then I put my autograph. So, I also wanted to say that just following somebody is not really the best thing to do. Knowing what you're doing is the best thing to do. And Dave Jose is the constitutional guru. He's a teacher, and you can spend time watching his videos and learn a lot. So I can share some information with you. Your rights are in your state's constitution. Your rights are ratified. Every state's rights are ratified in the federal constitution, and so every right from every state is across the common land. They don't end at state lines, and so there's some interesting things to realize. So I hear some of these gurus say common law is not written down. I beg to differ. I got a couple hundred pages, but I just got a few here. So these are just some really interesting words from your forefathers. Right to prosecute civil cause. What? Right to prosecute civil cause. That no person shall be barred from prosecuting or defending. What? That no person shall be barred from prosecuting. What are all these attorneys telling you? Or anybody giving you advice? Oh, you got to go talk to an attorney. You got to talk to an attorney. Huh. Interesting. That no person shall be barred from prosecuting or defending before any tribunal in this state. What? Any tribunal? Come on. By himself or counsel, any civil cause to which he is party. I'm just going to read the whole thing again. I'm going to read it slow and just absorb it. That no person shall be barred from prosecuting or defending before any tribunal in this state, by himself or counsel, any civil cause to which he is a party. And now this one, this is from Georgia. Right to the courts. No person shall be deprived the right to prosecute or defend, either in person or by attorney, that person's own cause in any of the courts of this state. Your forefathers' words. Don't tell me common law isn't written down. It is. I'm reading it. There's another one that's not in this stack here, but it says you can prosecute by yourself or by counsel or with counsel. Mm-hmm. All right. This is under Article 2, Declaration of Rights. Again, I'm not sure what state this is from, but it doesn't matter. Common law across the common land, right? To be informed of victims' constitutional rights. What? To be informed of victims' constitutional rights. Well, son of a gun. I want to know when that's happened. All this fraud that's perpetrated on the living man and the living woman, all these traffic tickets, all these citations, everything that's for commerce, everything that's been such a big trick since your birth certificate and your social security number, you've all been victims. And you can't, in my opinion, and the Constitution says what? To be informed of victims' constitutional rights. When has that ever happened? I'm an old man. It means I've been around enough, it seems like if that was news, we'd know about it. Rights of victim of crime. This one I got highlighted here. The right to restitution. How about that? This one is from Arizona, I'm pretty sure. No law shall be enacted in this state limiting the amount of damages to be recovered for causing the death or injury. What? Injury? Just from being hurt. No limit to the damages. Whoa. Whoa. Come on. No law shall be enacted in this state limiting the amount of damages to be recovered for causing the death or injury of any person. Now, this word person has been bastardized by the bar. Our language has been hijacked and bastardized. There was no bar association when these rights were written down. So today in the legislative world, statutes, acts, rules, regulation, person, personnel, persona, it's a entity. So definition of word and classification, jurisdiction, all that stuff's kind of important. So now here's a couple of dandies, and you can see I'm highlighting lots of stuff here because each word on its own is just so powerful, and so you don't want to just like read through this. No, you want to take your time. You want to understand what is really being said here because this is simple. This is really simple. Rights of persons. All men are by nature free. All men are by nature free and independent and have certain unalienable rights. Unalienable is how it's pronounced, but I think it's unalienable. Among which are those of enjoying and defending what? Life. Enjoying and defending life. Your life, the lives of others. And liberty. Liberty. What does liberty mean? Oh, it means you get to do. You're not restricted. Just don't cause any harm. And you have liberty to do as you please. What else? Acquiring, possessing, and protecting property. and there's more, and pursuing and obtaining safety and happiness. These are your constitutional rights. Remember, Creator, man, Creator created man, man created government, state government. State governments created federal government. Federal government, everybody thinks federal government is so big and so powerful. That's what they want. But that's not what they are. They got it all turned upside down. Your county sheriff has more power than the DEA, the FBI, the DOJ, any of those federal departments, divisions, agencies, whatever they are. Preservation of free government. Free government and the blessings of liberty can be preserved to any people only by firm adherence to justice, moderation, temperance, frugality, and virtue, and by frequent reoccurrence to fundamental values. So we got to start teaching this. We got to start teaching this to our children. We got to first learn it for ourselves. All right. Oh, this is a good one too, because it talks about reputation. Yeah, defamation. That's referring to defamation. So all men are born equally free and independent, have certain inherent and indefeasible rights. Indefeasible. I think that means it can't be divided. It can't be sectioned off, compromised. Among which are those of enjoying and defending life, liberty, and acquiring, possessing, protecting property and reputation, and of pursuing their own happiness. Wow. All right, now, Maryland. Holy cow, Maryland. That all persons vested with the legislative or executive powers of government are the trustees of the public, and as such accountable for their conduct. Wherefore, whenever the ends of government are perverted and public liberty manifestly endangered, and all other means of redress are ineffectual, the people may, and of right ought, to reform the old or establish a new government. The doctrine of non-resistance against arbitrary power and oppression is absurd. These are your forefathers' words. This is the law, the common law that some want to tell you isn't written down. Oh, but I didn't finish. So we're at pickup. The doctrine of non-resistance against arbitrary power and oppression is absurd, slavish, and destructive to the good and happiness of mankind. Absurd and slavish to just sit there on your butt and complain and take it. Now, this is not talking about getting violent. This is talking about giving notice to your representatives. When they don't act, put an affidavit on them. Notice by affidavit. Give your testimony. Put some admits in there. Make it a court of record document. Put all the other stuff in there that Dave will teach you. All right. That the sole object and only legitimate end of government is to protect the citizen in the enjoyment of life, liberty, and property, and when the government assumes other functions, it is usurpian and oppression. passing on the information. I'm not sure which constitution this one's from. Which state? Deprivation of life, liberty, property, etc. by due course of law. No citizen of this state shall be deprived of life, liberty, property, privileges, or immunities, or in any way, manner disenfranchised, except by due course of law of the land. Due course of land is common law. It ain't statutes, acts, rules, and regulations. Should I read that one again? I think so. I think it's worth it. This is section 19, deprivation of life, liberty, property, etc. by due course of law. Period. That's the title. And the description here is, no citizen of this state shall be deprived of life, liberty. What does that mean? You won't be deprived of liberty. It means you're not going to get falsely arrested, falsely imprisoned, because you get liberty. It means that they're not going to take your car and tow it away. They're not going to seize your bank accounts, take your money. No citizen of this state shall be deprived of life, liberty, property, privileges, or immunities. Immunities. You got immunities. Kind of like you hear about diplomatic immunities. You got it. You got it. Your forefathers gave it to you. Somebody tricked you into thinking you don't. I'm guessing. They sure tricked me. It seems like everybody else I know. Or in any manner disenfranchised. Oh, you got franchise. Cut it out. You got franchise to liberty. You get franchise to freedom. You get franchise to every one of your rights. Except by due course of law of the land, which is common law. And none of your rights can be diminished. Can't be taken away. Can't be contracted away. Can't be negotiated away. What's this one say? Relations to the government of the United States. The state of West Virginia is and shall remain one of the United States of America. The Constitution of the United States of America and the laws and treaties made in pursuance thereof shall be the supreme law of the land, which is common law. So if it's repugnant, it gets abrogated. Abrogated means gone. I didn't say that in the other video. Abrogated. Gone. That's just kind of a repeat. Distribution of powers. Powers of government in this state are divided into three distinct departments: the legislative, executive, and judicial. And no person or collection of persons charged with the exercise of powers properly belonging to one of these departments shall exercise any power properly belonging to either of the others, except as in this Constitution expressly directed. Well, legislative is constitutional. There's contract, there's a trust indenture. Executive is constitutional. There's a trust indenture. Judicial, I don't think we got a constitutional and judicial branch of government. No. Private foreign entity. Private foreign entity. No person shall be disturbed in his private affairs or his home invaded without authority of law. irrevocable grants of privileges. Irrevocable grants of privileges, franchises, or immunities. No law granting irrevocability, any privilege, franchise, or immunity shall be enacted. Offenses heretofore required to be prosecuted by indictment may be prosecuted by information or by indictment, as shall be prescribed by law. All right. Be free, people. Own your authority. Don't make this complicated. Don't make it complicated. Spend some time with Dave Jose. Spend time with his videos, because he's telling the truth, and he's proved it. He had Professor Dave Clemens, law professor. Dave wins. There's been others. I don't know their names. But there's been others. No judge, no attorney, no justice, no legislator is going to win an argument with Dave when it comes to the Constitution and your rights. And they want to go to statutes and acts and rules and regulations. But understand, Creator, natural, man, woman, natural. This is the hierarchy. Creator, man, state government, federal government. State government is to shield you from overreach of federal government. These people are your servants and your substitutes, and they have no rights. They have obligations and duties. And if they fail, there's consequences. But since they're all buddy-buddy and everything's all infiltrated, they think they won. But the game's over. Party's over. It's just that simple. So, I got to share this information with you because it's my duty. That's another constitutional words from your forefathers. And I'll have to find that one. I will pull up the Word document, and I'll just hit duty, and I'll find the exact section that I'm looking for. Yeah. All right. So be free, be safe, be healthy. Love you all. Peace out.